Welcome back. We are going to do the interior of 1844, the travel trailer. First we're going to start off with your monitor panel over here. You've got quite a bit up here, so stay with me here. There's your water pump switch there, and of course you can see when it's activated it turns blue like so. And then that's your hot water heater switch there, and that's on propane. And over here you've got a tank heater. And if it's winter and you want to keep your tank warm, that's what you would turn that on for. Then you got the slide out room 1, 2, and 3, and you do them basically in the order that you see them. So 1, 2, and 3, and then this is your fourth one over here, okay? And then you've got a button for your awning, for your main awning outside there. You've got a couple of awnings. So one of them is going to do the awning over here, the main awning, the other one's going to do the awning over here by the slide out room. Then down here, these are all light switches, and they're all pretty self-explanatory there. You know, that's the outside floodlight on the side of the trailer, and then that's the aisle and entryway and so forth. And then over here, you have your stereo. This thing is a CD player, a radio, as well as a DVD player. It does all those things, and basically, here's your slot for loading your CDs or your DVD, and it's got Bluetooth and so forth, USB plugs, the works. So, when you have a DVD in here, of course, it will play around here on your main TV over here, okay? And then we've got the remote controls down here. And if you look under here, you are going to see a couple of other plug-ins. This is a main one that you need to know about over here. You've got a TV antenna boost. And when you push that in, there's a green light that comes on. And what that does, that boosts the reception so you're able to possibly get local TV reception based on where you are. And then you've got an outlet over here where you can plug a couple of things in. And then you could plug in something else external if you had something else you want to plug into over there. You've got storage here. This is your breaker box right here. And as you can see, these are all your breakers, and they're all labeled. And then you've got fuses over here, okay? What this does here, this is a battery disconnect. So for example, if you're done camping and you're going to put your trailer away for the night or for the week or whatever, all you do is you would push that in, and then that would kill the power to the 12-volt power inside the trailer. And when you get ready to use the RV again, you pull it out, and then that reactivates the battery and that turns on the 12-volt power. You also have a propane detector that detects the smell of propane. Propane smells like rotten eggs. If you have a rotten egg smell, you may have a propane leak. You want to check your stove. It also will detect other kind of smells. So if you spray Lysol in here or something really strong, it will go off. Another reason this thing may go off is if the battery is starting to die. It'll start to alarm to let you know that your battery is going dead and this is not going to work anymore. The way to reset this is there's a button over there that says reset. You just push in the reset button, and then that will reset it if everything is okay. And then up here at your monitor panel also, we've got where it shows you the different things about your tanks. So for example, it shows from empty to full. So when I push battery, it shows you have a full charge on your battery. Your fresh water is full. Your black tank is empty. Your gray tank is empty, and your galley is empty. And as you start to fill these things up, of course, the lights will start going up, okay? Some things to keep in mind is sometimes when you dump your tank and it's still, and you know you've dumped your tank and it's still showing something in your black tank, that's because there's probably some toilet tissue that's maybe stuck on a sensor in there. Don't get alarmed if that happens, because you know you dumped your tank. Just keep that in mind. That's probably what happened. And what you can do possibly is hook it onto the sewer flush on the other side of the trailer and maybe flush that out. But anyway, that's what it would be if that should happen. Over here, you have a fire extinguisher here, and then on your refrigerator here. On your fridge, these always start cooling from the top down. So when they're first turned on, it always starts from the top, and it gradually gets cooler as you go along. But inside of here, you've got an on and off switch, and then you've got a mode selector. As you can see, the blue light is on auto, and then you have a temperature setting, and you always set the coldest setting. So you always turn your fridge on automatic, and that way you don't have to remember to switch it from electric to gas, back and forth. It automatically knows the most dominant source, and that's the one that it will work off of, okay? When you close your fridge, make sure you hear the little snap sound, and then when you know it's closed, so it won't fly open when you're driving down the road and damage the refrigerator door. Over here on your stove, you've got a light, and then you got an exhaust vent here. The way you access the stove top is you flip this over like so, and then you lift it up, and then you have access to the stove. And then to light the stove, you turn it to light, and then you hit the sparkerator, and then that will light the stove for you. That's pretty much how that works. The oven is something totally different. On the oven, you actually have to get way down under this shelf. There are going to be two little prongs sticking out. So what you do is you turn it to pilot on, you hold it in, and then under here you're going to see those two prongs, and you take either your butane lighter or a match, and then you light that stem. Once that stem is lit, you continue to hold this in for about a minute or so until it stays lit. If you let this go and it goes out, you have to do it again. But when you let this go and it stays lit, then you're ready. And then you turn it to the temperature that you want the oven to be on. And then it just kind of lights across there, and then you're ready to use the oven. Okay? So don't get alarmed if it don't light initially. You just got to wait about a minute and let it catch up. Okay? And then you've got a lot of storage around here. And over here you can see your microwave, and this is an indication that you have electricity. If you're plugged in and this is not lit up, usually you may have something going on with the breaker, or maybe even at your pole at the campsite, maybe the breaker out there is tripped. So you need to check that and make sure it's okay. Then of course you have your double sinks here. It's just like at home. And then you got your really nice faucet there and so forth. There is no garbage disposal in an RV in most cases. So if you dump a bunch of food down that drain, it's going to clog up the drain because there is no garbage disposal. So be real careful on what you put down that drain. Over here, you've got your thermostat for your air conditioner. That turns on your air conditioner. If you wanted heat, you would just switch it over to heat, and then your furnace would kick on. And your air conditioning is ducted in the ceiling. These are all your air conditioning vents, all situated throughout the RV. And then this is your return air. Now you can close these off like so, and you can get more air sent through the ceiling to all the different vents. If you're all kind of congregating in this area here, you just open those back up, and then you'll get more air right here in this area here. Okay, you got switches everywhere. Here are your light switches over here that turns these lights on, and then you've got a GFI breaker right there. Okay. You've got some speakers over there for the surround sound system that's tied into here. And then you've got a smoke detector right above this area here. So this bed will make, this sofa will make into a bed. What you want to do first though, you want to move this table out of the way. You get this over out of the way, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll break that down in a minute. But what you do is you pull this forward a little bit, like so, and then you grab these cushions and you bring this over, and you bring these over out here, just like that. And then you open this, the legs, you lift the legs up, and then you continue flipping this thing over, like so. And of course, you have to make sure the wall of the room is all the way out, so this thing will function properly. And then once you have it like so, inside of here is an air mattress. And then you open this up, and then you inflate the air mattress, and that is what you would sleep on there, okay? You got an emergency exit over there. You can see the red handle there. That's basically you lift it up out of a little black holder, and you bring it to the center, and you push that window out, and then you can crawl out of that window possibly. To put this away, you flip this back over, you lay that back down, you grab this, and you start to put it back, and you slowly lower it back down into place. And that puts your bed back into place there, okay? On this table, there's really no reason to lower that unless you wanted to lower it, but basically what you would do is you would just get it over here a little bit. Just a second. Get your catch. You lower your catch, and then put your foot on it, and you lower it down like so. But there's real no reason to lower it down. If you wanted to, who would eat on the table that low? So basically, just if you need to lower it down. And you can just put it back over there into place if you wanted to. So I'm going to leave it down for now, but that's how you would lower that down there. Moving this way, you go back into your back bedroom here. Pretty much back in here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You got your bunk bed here, these cushions, They lay flat and they fold all the way out here, and then you can make into other beds here. And then of course you got your bunk beds here, and this is another emergency exit here. You lift this up like so, you turn it, you push it, and you would be able to access, get out of that window there if you needed to. Okay? Air conditioning vent, you got your crank open vent. If you crank this open, there is no cover over the top of this, so be real careful about leaving that open, because if it rains, it's going to rain right inside of here. Or if you have it open, it's going to be hitting that when you're driving, and it could damage that vent there. Okay, we're going to come back this way, and we are going to go back here toward the bathroom area. This is coming into the bedroom here. This is a really nice trailer here. Really spacious. You have a lot of storage in here, a lot of storage over there, and you have stereo speakers up underneath there, and then you have a separate air conditioner back here for the back bedroom. And then once again, we talked about closing these, and then you got your ducted air there, and that's your rear air for back here, or your front air, however you want to say that. You also have a TV antenna right there, and the way this works is, it's going to look like a big timeout kind of symbol, and it's going to sit almost 4 feet high. What you want to do is, when you crank this up, instead of doing it this way, you want to hold it in the center like this and crank this thing up. I'm going to do it the other way because I'm trained. I've been schooled on this. I haven't broken one of these ever, so you may not be that fortunate. But anyway, crank that up, and once it's fully extended, once again it looks like a big timeout, and if the picture is poor, you may be able to improve it by pulling down and rotating that antenna around, and it may improve. But when you're done, you have to pull down on this, put it back to the original starting place where these two arrows line up right under one another, and then you crank this back down until she stops cranking. That means that the antenna is laying flat on the roof and it won't get damaged. And you actually heard it when it kind of makes the clunking sound. Also in here, you have a charging station for your cell phones or whatever you need to plug in right there, and that's 12 volt. And then you have electrical outlets there, and you have a couple of little night lights there also. In here, in your bathroom, you have several things. You got light switches in here, you have a GFI breaker there, your medicine cabinet there, and you have a sliding door for privacy. And on this toilet has a foot pedal. Some of them have handles and some have a foot pedal. You step on the pedal a little bit, and as you can see, it puts water in the bowl. When you step all the way, it opens up the door and it flushes. Now, a little tip to the guys. I know we learned in the very beginning to raise the toilet seat when we use the restroom. But when you have a water hose hooked to the side of the RV, when you're on city water, and you have this toilet seat up, and you step on this pedal, you are going to get a leg shower, because that water pressure is going to be a whole lot higher than what the water pump is. So try to remember, put the toilet seat back down before you flush it, or else you're going to get a leg shower. Alright, that's how the toilet would work. And you only want to use the toilet tissue that we provided for you, or RV tissue, and it's sold in Walmarts and different places. And then on the shower, of course, you got this latch. Remember to latch the shower door before you take off to travel, so this won't swing open when you're going down the road and damage the shower door. And inside there you have a really nice big shower, and it's got a little skylight for you tall guys. You can stand and kind of stick your head up in there and try to shower. Just like at home, left is hot, right's cold. Okay? And there is actually a shut-off on this shower head. So instead of using up all your 6 gallons of water, you can wet yourself and shut this off, and then soap yourself up and then turn it back on again, and then continue showering. That's what that's on there for. Okay? Alright, like I said, we have storage there, some towel racks, and then you got this exhaust vent here that you can crank it open and let fresh air in. Okay? Alright. Come on this way here. I think we have covered everything inside of here. Like I said, a lot of storage all around here. Get your sleeper there. And we talked about here the breaker box. I think we've covered everything, folks. Thank you for your time.